fortunate to have with us an extraordinary young woman whose hometown here is Montreal. As you heard from the very enthusiastic students, her name is Candice Pollack. And with a group called Collectors for a Cause, she took to the streets of Montreal in the days following that devastating earthquake. And with her friends together, simply asking passerbys to open their eyes and to open their hearts, she managed to collect over $1,400 in 2 days to help support a school in Haiti. Please join me with a round of applause in welcoming Candice Pollack.
Well, Candice, as you can tell, firstly, I can tell you have a lot of friends here today, and secondly, they're very enthusiastic with what you managed to accomplish, because what you have accomplished, it's incredible, it's remarkable. So let me again say, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So for all of us who are here today, I think everyone's curious, and I'm curious to know a little bit more about Collectors for a Cause. So how did you manage to actually do it? How many people took to the streets? How did you get people's attention when they're walking by? How did you make this such a success?
Collectors for a Cause is a really random group of friends of mine. What ended up happening was my friend Shauna approached me on Facebook, and she's like, I really want to do something to help Haiti. And I was like, yeah, me too. So an hour later, I sent out a message to a whole bunch of my friends that I thought would be interested, and they were all like, yeah, I'm so down. So I called the Free the Children, yeah, they were really psyched about it. I called the Free the Children office in Montreal, and they offered to help us out. They gave us t-shirts and posters and letters, and we ended up going down to St. Catherine Street, corner Peel, and we're about 10, 12 people. We separated into 2 groups. Half of us were on one side of the sidewalk, and half of us were on the other side of the sidewalk, so everyone had to walk in between us.
Awesome.
Yeah, you couldn't get away from us. We had strategy. And we were cheering, we were chanting, we were telling people, every penny counts, help Haiti now. We were so into it and so enthusiastic, and even though it was really cold, we had so much fun with it, so it was just great.
Well, you mentioned it was really cold, so now you took to the streets in the winter. Let me put this out in case we all forgot. Of course, the earthquake happened on the 12th of January, so this was in the winter you took the streets. So why did you choose this action instead of, say, for example, a giant event you organized in your school or something?
Planning big events take a really long time. Even if you intensely plan it for weeks and weeks and weeks, it's still going to take a little while before you can actually put the event on. And we knew Haiti needed immediate help. This was an unpredicted tragedy, and we wanted to make sure we got everything done right away. What we did took 3 days to plan and execute. It was like super fast and... Thank you. We got the same message out with doing something fast as opposed to doing something long, so it was still...
and there must have been times when you're canvassing for donations on the street, I know there must have been people who maybe chose not to give, but more than that, chose not to even acknowledge you on the streets, what you were doing. So how did you keep your spirits high with this action?
Yeah, it was a bit disappointing at times, but we were so cheerful, and everyone in the group was so enthusiastic that everyone was super happy, and we got to meet some really great people. There was this one guy, he was homeless, and he happened to be walking past us with his dog, and his dog had a Tim Hortons cup in her mouth, and that's where people were putting money to give to them. And he stopped as he was walking by, and he goes, what are you guys doing? So we told him we were raising money for Haiti, and he was like, wow. And he took his cup, and he emptied all the money he had collected that day into our collection. And he was like, they need it more than I do, and that just, it amazed us, honestly, to see that someone has so much love and so much empathy that they can give up everything they have for other people. It was so inspiring, and it really helped us keep going that day.
It's an extraordinary story of generosity and of compassion for what you did, but also that man, his choice.
He's amazing.
if others here are interested in following in your steps and taking a similar action, what advice can you give to all the students who are gathered with us here today?
Firstly, just be prepared for people that are going to walk by you. It's going to happen. Some people might even get a bit angry. Don't take it too seriously. You guys are doing an amazing thing. Like, super awesome. So don't let anyone get to you. And also get maybe some letters ahead of time saying that you're actually giving to who you're saying you're giving to. Get some t-shirts, get some posters. Yeah, you need to look legitimate. That way people are going to feel so much safer giving their money to you because they want to know that their money's going to the right place, right? And then lastly, just have fun with it. If you're enthusiastic, everyone else will be. Passion is contagious, and if you're passionate,
Candice Pollack. Thanks to the extraordinary actions of amazing students in Montreal and Canada, the students who are here from our school, young people across this province, young people across the country, Free the Children has been able to expand our programs in Haiti. We've been there since the late 90s. We've been doing development work. It's a country close to our heart, but a country close to the heart of everyone here, especially in Montreal. So we're proud to be announcing here, while we're in Montreal, a new campaign that's called Haiti La Solidarité, that makes a long-term commitment to ensuring development aid. So we'd love you to get involved, and we'd love you to take a look.
The story is still developing.
This is a huge earthquake.
The earthquake rocked this impoverished Caribbean nation late this afternoon.
We are just now beginning to learn the extent of the devastation.
We need a state of emergency for our country.
The whole country, it basically is going to need rebuilding.